Spencer Dukoff asked, you built your career on opinions. What's something that you've done a 180 on and changed your mind about in a big way?
A 180?
A 180.
That I changed my mind about? Ownership in the world of business. I didn't know it would be this hard. I didn't know that no matter what I achieved, I'd wake up every morning feeling like I haven't achieved anything. I didn't know that every single day that I wake up, my thoughts would be dominated by what needs to be done instead of what I've already done. Does it mean I would change it? No. But what it does mean is that I would have prepared myself more mentally for the challenges, because I'm hard. It's hard for the people who love me to be around me, because obviously I've been blessed and fortunate. You know, again, my contract with ESPN, my deal with SiriusXM, the other things that I have going for me, etc. You know, I'm living a good life. I've been incredibly, incredibly blessed by God. And people who've achieved less, who have less, obviously look at me and they see all that I have and they're like, what is your problem? And what they don't see is that you set a goal and you're like, how am I going to achieve this goal? How do I pull this off? You know, I have, whether it's freelancers, contractors, or flat out employees, I have about 22 people working under me. And they're my responsibility. They have a job to do, they have obligations, but if I don't achieve, I can't continue to ensure that their lives and their quality of life is going to be what it is. And that's leadership, that's ownership, that's a tremendous, tremendous responsibility. Yep. And because of that, it's devoid of peace. You don't have peace because you're like, on to the next. And because they don't own with you, even though they love you and they work for you or with you, they don't quite get that that's how it is. They want you to smell the roses. They're so proud of you and they love you and they want you happy and they want you to smell the roses, and you're like, you smell the roses. You know, the things that I'm able to do that facilitates you smelling the roses, that's my smelling the roses. I got this to achieve. And I'm not sure that's the right attitude to have. I'm just saying that a lot of times it can't be helped. And I didn't know that until I became a business owner.
A very famous, the benefit of that is a very famous person once told me, black entrepreneur actually told me, that until you own, if you don't own, you're just well paid. Until you own, that's when you can be rich. So it comes with those responsibilities.
Well, sometimes you don't feel rich,
you feel burdened.
Because you feel like, again, the standard is the standard, as Mike Tomlin, the coach of the Steelers, once said. And it's like, you set a goal. And if my goal was for my business to be here, I recognize that it's not here. But if it's here, that ain't good enough, because I set it for here. And so that's why the work is so important, because you're committing yourself to the task at hand. You're married to the process. You can't be married to the end game. Because let me tell you what all successful people do. They don't stop. If you set a goal and you achieve it, the minute you achieve it, you're thinking about what's next. You don't stop. So it's incredibly, incredibly important that you have the attitude that, you know, there's no stop sign. Right. You got to keep going.
But do you ever take a pause and actually appreciate and enjoy that? You know, you're achieving amazing things and you're moving really fast. Do you ever step back and go, wow, this is pretty good right now, or you just keep on?
I don't say it's pretty good. I will say this. I have two beautiful daughters. You know, I'm in love with them. They're my everything. And to have lost my mother in 2017 after a long battle with cancer, I never thought I would ever know happiness in my life again. And that's no knock against, I've got so many people. My sisters are still alive. I got my security, who's my big brother, Juvie, my personal assistant, Samachu, who's my ace, my lady over here, Katana, who I love dearly. But I never, ever, ever looked at life after I lost my mother and thought that I could be happy. And it's just amazing, like, you know, when my daughter Samantha FaceTimes me, and it's like, she's like, Dad, you know, and she's driving me crazy, but I know I don't care, because it's her. Or my Nyla is like, Daddy, you know, when she hears my voice, and she responds that way, it paralyzes me. It stops me in my tracks, and in that moment, for those few seconds, nothing matters. Nothing. And if I did something to make them smile or to make them happy, those are my roses.
I get it.
Because if you didn't have anything to offer, chances are they wouldn't smile as much, and they wouldn't be as happy, and then you'd really be miserable. And I'm blessed to not have that problem.
Nice. I got 2 daughters, and I hear you.